sing for you. Oh, I come with Jesus. Sing for you, sing for you, sing for you. Oh, I come with Jesus. Sing for you, sing for you.
I sing for you. Folks, it's 28 minutes on to the hour of 7 o'clock. Yeah. I come with Jesus. That's the name that stands above every other name. Good morning to you, Pastor Laurie, and the members of the Wester Hall New Testament Church of God. Hope you all are doing fine, each and every one of you members, from the youngest member to the most aged. Pastor Joseph Charles, how you doing, bro? Pastor Josh Hector, good morning. Brother Kelvin George and family, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Brother Finn and family, good morning. Odain La Femme. How you doing, tall man? You all right? Nice. All shall be well. Trust me when I say that. Pastor Dave King and family, good morning. Pastor Fletcher, how you doing, Daddy? Nixon, all right. Good morning, Nixon. Sister Celia Fletcher, good morning. Nicole. Nila. Nilon. Morning, 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 morning. Good morning. I want to say a very special happy birthday to some real special friends of mine, boy. Yeah. Today's Urban Mason's birthday. Good morning, Urban. How are you doing this morning? Well, Urban says he's celebrating for the rest of the month. And I cannot blame you for that, man. Yeah. Yeah. When you look around what's happening these days, not many people are reaching that age, you know. Yeah. Thank God for life. I know your wife and the entire home circle. As a matter of fact, all of Munich will make sure that you have a wonderful birthday today. Also, my good friend, Brother Brian Grimes, the president of Public Workers Union. Today is his birthday. Brimesy, good morning. How you do? All is well? Yeah, have yourself a wonderful day. Another good friend of mine, Mr. Alistair Thomas, former teacher at the St. Andrews Anglican Secondary School. Happy birthday to you all. How are you? I hope you all celebrate it with fine style, yeah? You know, tomorrow is not promised, so enjoy today to the fullest. There's a little young boy that's having his birthday today too. All right, Miguel Benjamin out there in Boca in St. George. You're celebrating your 3rd birthday today. Well, I hope you're up, but if you're not up, your mom and your dad and the entire home circle, your aunts and uncles and everybody, they would tell you that you got your birthday greetings this morning. Enjoy it. Make sure mommy and daddy and everybody give you as many ice creams and so forth as much as you desire. Today is your day to be spoiled, all right? Good morning to all the police officers of the nation. Good morning to the Commissioner of the Prisons and all your staff and all your residents up there. Good morning to you. Mr. Alden Phillip, good morning. Yeah, Godfrey Simeon, good morning. Oos, how you doing, papi? If I could turn back the time, man, I'll turn back the time. But you know what? Life is a process, okay? Davis, good morning. And all the folks up there, you know, it's I hope it's being used as a transformational center, you know, where lives can be transformed. You know, don't hate the sin. Don't hate the sinner, but hate the sin. Because coming to think of it, we all have fallen short, yeah? No one is perfect. No one is righteous. We do our best, but sometimes we do slip. Sometimes you get punished and all sort of things for things that you didn't do, but it's all part of life. You won't be the first, I won't be the first, you won't be the last, I won't be the last. So just be strong, hold tight, hold firm, right? All shall be well. Mary Ebank says, good morning. So too does Mildred Smith. Good morning, Gordon. So says Mildred. Mildred said, to the Tri-Island state of Grenada, have a productive weekend. Put God first, of course. Yvonne Courtney says, good morning, to you, Mr. Innocent and Grenada. Good morning, Yvonne. Catherine Phillips says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Innocent. Good morning, Catherine. Arthur Langain says, good morning, my brother. Good morning, Arthur. How do you do? You coming down for Christmas? Oh, I hope you are, right? Yeah. Let's get with the program. It's 23 minutes on to 7 o'clock. And it's time for the word of the day. The word of the day today, it is a doing word, which means it is a verb. Yes. And it is the word circumvent. Circumvent. And to circumvent something is to get around it in a clever or sometimes dishonest way. If it's a rule or law, is to avoid being stopped by it. You understand? Yeah. Drivers always find a way to circumvent around the traffic laws, eh? Yeah. And by the way, did you see that video with the chicken on the bus? Oh my goodness, what's really going on? Strange things are happening. Yeah, some folks are saying it's the same chicken that walked out of the sea on Grandlands Beach, so he took the bus to drop back where he dropped out by Wall Street to walk back. I don't know, man. Strange things are happening. I know for a fact I would have told the driver of that bus, hey, put me down. I'm not riding on any bus with any chicken. I would fly with the eagles. You understand? I would soar with the eagles. I ain't riding with no chicken. You understand? Except it's a box of KFC. Yeah, that's the way I know it. Good morning to you, Judeland St. Gilles and the entire Haitian posse. Good morning, Sylvie. Good morning, Daphne. Good morning to you also. Nicholas, good morning. Yep. You're home, okay? Nice. So now, here's how we can use the word circumvent. We circumvented the technical issues by using a different computer program. Nice. So to circumvent, remember, is to get around things in a clever, sometimes a dishonest way. Or if it's a rule, is to be to avoid being stopped by it. All right, good, nice. Now here comes Nadisha's thought of, I met this lady yesterday. She met me where I was in a particular place, and she was like, oh, you're saying morning to Nadisha every day and you're forgetting me. I listen to you every morning. Good morning to you, my dear lady. Unfortunately, I can't remember your name, and I feel shame about it because I should know your name, but unfortunately, I don't remember your name. But good morning to you, Nadisha, and all the folks in Cafe and surrounding areas. Good morning to the Sandersons. Good morning to Alwyn. Good morning, Mama Can. Good morning, Munich. Yeah, good morning, Hope, Bacalet, Croshoe, Latant, Pomrose, Mount Agnes, the folks up there. Good morning to you. All right. Yeah, Red Bull and his team. You all, I presume that you all will be doing the community work tomorrow again as usual. But here's the thought of the day. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself or herself. There's a little song that says, brighten the corner where you are. Now, if everybody, attempt to change themselves positively, then inadvertently the world would be a better place. The world would become more positive. But we find a world where everybody seems to be highlighting the flaws and shortcomings of others and forgetting theirs, Good morning to the Maxwins out there in Belle Isle. Good morning to each and every one of you. Partners, I see you walking with a crutch the other day, boy. I hope you get well. I hope you get back better. My cousin had this little accident, but I'm happy to see you walking, and I want you to know that you will get well. All right, all shall be well. Okay, good. All right, buzzing this morning. The hunting season is open again. I'm reminding you that it's open, but people's properties are still private. So if you're going to hunt in someone's property, ensure that you seek their permission first. And if they give you permission to hunt, it's for the manikou or the tattoo, the ramier, the monkey or the iguana. They didn't give you the permission to hunt on the bunch of bananas or blogger or sauce-up. You understand what I'm saying? If they give you permission, if you ask and they give you permission to hunt, just hunt. All right? Hold the manikou or the iguana or what. Don't hunt on the bananas and the blogger and the breadfruit and the coconut. The hot bread on the market now is coconut and sauce-up, eh? So remember that. Make sure that you have permission before you trespass, okay? Don't trespass. Make sure you have permission to go through the people's land to hunt. All right, good. Also buzzing this morning. Right, world-class rugby tournament returns to Grenada. Pure Grenada. Okay, the beer, stag beer, rum, Westerhall rum. All right, so that's a good thing. All right, rugby comes back to Grenada. Also, National Heroes Day is on October 19th, a day to reflect, honor, and recognize our heroes. Now, all Grenadians are invited to be part of the inaugural Heroes Day commemorative events. The schedule 9 a.m. the ecumenical service at the National Stadium, 1 p.m. national tolling of church bells, 7 p.m. light tribute at the Carnage. Transportation to the National Stadium available throughout the nation. Now please contact your local parliamentary office for transportation assistance and arrangements. All right, I like that. Yeah, 19th of October. Now the people in the ministries, the various ministries, they're still complaining about the excessive heat. Well, we have the, outside we have heat, but inside of GBN here, I'm feeling cool because the air condition is working. Unfortunately, in some of the ministries, in the ministerial complex and also at the Ministry of Education, they're not working. I went to look for teacher Nikki the other day, and the windows had to be opened. All right, so good morning on that. Try and get that sorted out. I know they're working assiduously to get that resolved. Hasten the pace, all right? Uncle Glyden, good morning to you. Verna and Marcos Bola, good morning. Yeah, all they're doing good. Nice. DJ Small Clothes, good morning. Thaddeus Charles and family. The folks inside of Birch Grove, Beauregard, Adelphi, Auntie Winifred Hancock, good morning. Yeah, nice. And Stella, good morning to you. The Balwants, good morning. Okay, folks, this is where we've got to pull the plug on this. We've got to head on to before I do that, Lydia Cameron says, good morning. Raphael Judge, that's Muscles. Good morning, my people. Enough love. Muscles, what's going on with you, boy? Yolan Swan says, pleasant good morning, everyone. Happy Friday to you all. Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Yolan, good morning to you too. Lydia says, morning. Yulin says, good morning, Grenada. Good morning, Carrico, Pidimatnik. Blessings to all on this fantastic Friday. Have a blessed, wonderful, safe day and weekend, everyone. Hamon Jawahir. Good morning, signing in from Virginia, VA, that's Virginia. God bless us all this day. Sharon Bartholomew, good morning all. Yes, I saw the video. My Grenadian people have all kind of things to say. I laughed so hard yesterday when I hear all the different stories behind the chicken on the oh my goodness. Jennifer Marisho says good morning. A chicken on a bus, boy, except it's in a KFC van or one of James Lewis van. I don't find that chicken supposed to be in a bus, but nonetheless, this This is a time when strange things happen, you know. It's so, I mean, a laugh is good, you know. In my state and condition, I can still laugh. Morning, well, how everybody jealous? So, yes, tell them they can't stop me and your love. It is not stoppable. So says Nadisha Papa, you're trying to put me in cattle belly crossway. All right, today's Black Friday. What's this Black Friday thing about, eh? What is Black Friday? I want to go to the news, but this person usually sends me that quote. You are not an accident. Your parents may have not planned you, but God did. He wanted you alive and created you for a purpose. Focusing on yourself will never reveal your purpose. You were made by God and for God, and until you understand that, life will never make sense. Only in God do we discover our origin, our identity, our meaning or purpose or significance and our destiny. I like this one. Yeah, I like this one. Thank you. Identify yourself now. As he also says, I'm at that stage in life when my mind thinks I'm 29. My sense of humor suggests that I'm 12. And my body keeps asking me if I am dead yet. Okay. Anyone else there? You are now one for yourself, yes, Papi. I am as young as I am. I'm never lonely because I have 4 men in my life. I get up with Charlie Horse. I spend the day with Arthur. Oh, Charlie Horse. I spend the day with arthritis, meaning arthritis. I dine with willpower. And I go to bed with Bengi. You have a lot of pain. All right, that's nice. But folks, I've got a break here. I've got to do the AM edition of News, Sports, and the Weather. Those of you on the television platform, we've got a rebroadcast of last evening's television news. Stick and stay with us. We're with you anywhere and everywhere.
When you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. Oh, I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me, whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time,
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Thanks for joining us. National Heroes Day is intended to be a day of acknowledging and reflecting on events of the past. Grenadians are being asked to observe 1 minute of silence in honor of the lives lost on October 19.
Kindling relationships, restoring hope, rebuilding trust.
Jackie Alexis, chairperson of the National Celebrations Committee, highlighting the theme guiding Grenada's first ever National Heroes Day. October 19th was declared a public holiday by Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell during a press conference on September 19th. An ecumenical service at the National Stadium will mark the start of activities to memorialize the lives lost during the tragic events of that fatal day.
So for the 19th, we have planned an activity that will take place at the Kirani James Athletics Stadium. Starting at 9 a.m. on the 19th, we will begin with an ecumenical service, which will include reading readings from family members of those who would have lost their lives on the 19th. Cultural presentations from our national folk group. We're having a scene from the production Redemption Time by Urias Peters. And then, of course, we will have some remarks by family members. We will have remarks by members from the Maurice Bishop October 19th Martyrs Foundation. We will have an address by our Prime Minister, Honourable Dickon Mitchell.
On October 19th, 1983, Prime Minister Maurice Bishop, along with some of his cabinet ministers and an unknown number of people, were killed during a coup. The then Deputy Prime Minister Bernard Coad was among 17 persons convicted for the killings. They were released from prison after serving time following a resentencing in 2007, ordered by the London-based Privy Council, the island's highest court at the time. As we approach the solemn date of October 19th, Grenadians everywhere are invited to participate in the activities planned for this day of reflection and remembrance. Ms. Alexis explained more about the day's activities.
1 o'clock. There will be a tolling of all church bells right across the Tri-Island state. And at that time, we are asking the nation to join us in a minute's silence. We'll be on the Carenage, where we will hold a candlelit vigil.
In addition, the night skies will be illuminated with 20 strobe lights, 19 of which will represent the known lives lost and one for the unknown loved ones who left us on that day. Transportation will be provided for individuals wishing to go to the National Stadium on the day.
So you can go to your parliamentary office and they will give you the details of how you can get yourself onto a bus that's going to the stadium that day. So we're providing the transportation if you wish to join us in that, but it's open to all, and I really want to emphasize that. It is open to the entire nation.
Christelina John, GBN News.
Well, in a shocking turn of events at the St. George's High Court, the trial of Jamar Abraham for the alleged non-capital murder of Leo Anthony came to an abrupt halt on Thursday. This after the court agreed with certain submissions made by his defense counsel. Nisha Paul reports.
The Jamar Abraham murder trial commenced before Madam Justice Paula Guilford at the St. George's No. 1 High Court on Monday, with at least 8 witnesses scheduled to give evidence to support the case for the prosecution. The 24-year-old Grand Anse Valley resident was standing trial for the offense of non-capital murder in connection with the death of Leo Anthony of Grand Anse by unlawful harm in 2019. Attorney George Prime is providing legal counsel for Abraham, who has been on remand at the Richmond Hill prison for over 4 years. The trial took a different turn in the absence of the pathologist, who is required by law to provide oral evidence to the court.
What caused the difficulty is that this doctor, as normal in some of these situations, there are an agreement between the government of Grenada and certain friendly countries to give assistance in certain areas of expertise. The Republic of Cuba had stepped in and provided plenty of assistance where a lot of the doctors who have those expertise came from. In this instance, that particular doctor went back to Cuba and therefore was not physically present according to the law of the land. In cases of this kind, you have to come and give evidence orally before the judge.
Prime made certain submissions objecting to the prosecution's request to adduce evidence from the pathologist, who was the key witness to establish the cause of death.
Since 2021, April of 2021, they were already aware that the doctors and them are out of the jurisdiction. And these applications ought to be made in a timely manner. And so you put everybody on notice. So the day before you want to admit the evidence, you're coming and sort of uncounsel for the defense. Puts me in a position where it doesn't seem that fairness is done to the accused. In other words, it appears as if there would have been an injustice. And so the objection was made in light of the fact that we felt that it wasn't all well. It didn't all go well. And clearly the law does not take into consideration those things lightly.
Section 36D of the Evidence Act allows written evidence if the witness is unavailable. However, Prime said the court also has the power of discretion whether to admit the evidence or not.
While the law says you can do it, there were certain infringements which did not meet the requirement of admissibility of the evidence. You had to sign it and make that declaration. It so happened in this case that declaration was absent.
The prosecution discontinued the charge against Abraham when the matter came up in court on Thursday, resulting in Justice Guilford aborting the trial. Jamar Abraham walked out of the St. George's High Court a free man, only to be rearrested and charged with the same offense moments later. He was taken to the St. George's Magistrates Court shortly thereafter and was further remanded to prison until November 3rd. Abraham, who has no prior convictions, found himself in trouble with the law after reportedly pelting a bottle that struck Leo Anthony in the back of the head, resulting in his death. Attorney Prime, whose previous bail applications in both the magistrates and high court have been denied, confirms that he will be making another attempt to secure bail for his client. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Executive members of the Public Workers Union are airing their concerns about workers' health and the level of productivity within the public service, as various ministries have had no working AC units for over 3 months. They said the government has not been forthcoming with them on when this issue will be rectified. We have more in this report.
President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, during a press conference on Tuesday, said for the past year, various issues have arisen with the air condition system in the ministerial complex. This situation has now escalated, as he said the ministerial complex, the financial complex, and the Ministry of Education have had no working AC system for over 3 months. This, he said, is a health hazard.
My brother, the ES, the Executive Secretary, Mr. Augustine David, Brother Augustine David, can attest to the fact that we bore witness to our air quality report that came out on the 23rd of September 2022 that said, listen, at least on one floor, that's the Ministry of Health, at the ministerial complex, the workers are operating in dangerous conditions, very, very poor air quality, right? Despite, being very dedicated to their jobs or experiencing serious things, for example, coughs, workers are losing their voices, and things of that nature.
While some temporary measures have been taken by the government to minimize the effect of the heat, the president said these have proven to be ineffective. Grimes also indicated that the AC problem have affected the productivity level in the public service, as workers now leave their office at 12 and 2 p.m. due to the unbearable heat.
We are looking in terms of service to the nation, service to the citizens, service to the general citizenry, right, throughout the country. So because of the fact that there is no AC and the conditions are poor, workers are leaving at 2, some even at 12 based on pre-existing conditions, some may be asthmatic and so forth, right? And what happens as a result of that? Productivity suffers as a result of that.
The president said a letter was sent to the government expressing their concerns and inquiring about how soon the problem will be resolved.
We wrote, as an organization, a responsible organization, seeking the interests of our members on the 24th of May 2023 and July 5th about the deplorable conditions. Despite the fact that we wrote, they did not answer in a way that gave any time-sensitive commitment to fixing the problem. And this is the issue that we have. The poor communication with the authorities right now, in terms of the authorities not engaging in social dialogue on the many issues that we face.
The president said a letter was sent to the government expressing their concerns and inquiring about how soon the problem will be resolved. He said there's been no response to date. Roughly 200 public servants are affected by the present condition in the various buildings. In seeking a comment from government on the matter, the newsroom was directed to a press release issued on June 1st by government. It stated that a contract has been awarded to Cooling Tech Limited for $3.9 million to replace the air conditioning system at the ministerial complex and the Ministry of Education. The work will entail replacing all R22A systems on each floor, along with supplying and installing a variable refrigerant flow air conditioning system. The custom-built unit will be manufactured off-island and will require approximately 4 months to be completed. Thereafter, the unit will be shipped to Grenada and the installation process will commence in a phased approach. For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
Before the break, the Grenada Community Partnership Initiative, GCPI, has issued a call for project proposals for 2024. The call invites established community groups and non-profit organizations in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique to apply for grants to undertake projects in the areas of social services and community development, education, environment, science and technology, energy, sports, arts, heritage, and culture. Grenlec's Corporate Communications Manager, Prudence Greenidge, indicated that the last call for proposals was in 2019, and Grenlec has been executing the selected projects through a phased approach. She added that Grenlec is grateful for the opportunity to partner with additional organizations to enhance the quality of life experienced in various communities. We can tell you, too, to help build project proposal writing skills for the GCPI, as well as other projects. Grenlec will host project proposal writing workshops in Carriacou, St. Andrew, and St. George on October 14, 17, and 20, respectively. The Grenlec Community Partnership Initiative contributes to national development through partnerships with community and stakeholder development initiatives. Work has started to repair structural issues discovered in the housing units in Phase 1 of the low-income housing project. More in this report.
The Housing Authority of Grenada has prioritized low-income housing units in Frequente St. George for the commencement of much-needed repairs. The Frequente location is one of 3 low-income housing sites where extensive work will be undertaken at a cost of over $2 million. According to representatives from the HAG, the low-income houses in Frequente St. George are the first in which repairs are being done so far. The work currently on the way includes welding, sanding, and painting of the roof and other areas on buildings A1, 2, and 3, following which Shelter Solutions will conduct additional work on the roof. The replacement of the bulbs and other electrical works will be done. It is anticipated that work will be completed within the next week. Due to the dilapidated state of the railings on the buildings, the newsroom was told that they would be replaced with banisters. After the completion of the work on the Frequente low-income houses, the Housing Authority will be moving to the units at Mongay. The repairs of the facilities come in the wake of a comprehensive report done by the Housing Authority of Grenada, which revealed structural issues in Phase 1 low-income housing unit at Mongay, Frequente, and Soubise. In other developments relating to the Housing Authority, a meeting will be held with prospective owners of Phase 2 of the low-income houses in St. David, Diamond, St. Patrick, and Boucherjou at the Trade Center Annex on Friday at 10 a.m. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
Other news, the Tiamasha Community College hosted a special ceremony to recognize and award over 40 students who have excelled. We have more in this report.
Under the theme Celebrating Academic Excellence, the T.A. Marichaud Community College hosted its first academic award ceremony last evening at the Grenada 13th Center. The ceremony was removed from the main graduation ceremony to better appreciate and reward the top students at the institution. Over 40 students were recognized in 54 award categories. All awards were sponsored by private sector businesses in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. The overall Academic Excellence Award for the institution's overall top student was presented to Rochelle Griffith, a natural science student who accomplished a GPA of 3.97. Other awardees achieved a GPA of 3.5 and above. The main graduation ceremony will take place on Thursday, October 26th at 2 p.m. at the Grenada James Athletic Stadium. Principal of the institution, Mr. Ronald Brunton, congratulated the outstanding performers on their achievements.
The knowledge that you have gained, the skills that you have honed, and the values that you embrace, they will guide you in the days and the years to come. In the words of the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the ultimate measure of a person is not where they stand in moments of comfort and convenience, but where they stand in challenges and controversies. You stand here today as a symbol of the potential within each and every one of you. So, to our esteemed awardees of the T.A. Marichaud Community College, I say this: keep dreaming big, keep striving for excellence, and keep pushing the boundaries of what is possible.
Featured speaker for the evening's ceremony was Dr. Caroline Henry Parker.
Focus, commitment, and a standard of excellence have now become part of your TAMCC legacy. This legacy will follow you from the halls of this institution and into the unwinding and unpredictable roads of higher education, where hopefully I will see you in the Master of Education program. It will follow you to work and wherever life will take you.
Henry Parker left the awardees with these words.
I want to implore you. I want to implore each of you. I think it's 54 or 55 of you who are being awarded here today. Share your success with someone. Your gifts, they're needed and they're valuable in our Grenadian landscape. Each one, teach one in the things that you are being recognized and awarded for today. I congratulate you, we congratulate you, and we celebrate you. Go blaze your trail.
Christina John, GBN News.
Congrats once more to all the awardees. Meanwhile, Rochelle Griffith is the recipient of the Republic Bank Award for overall academic excellence at the T.A. Marichaud Community College Award ceremony last evening. Griffith attained the coveted award with a near-perfect grade point average of 3.97. He was a student in the Natural Sciences program in the School of Arts, Sciences and Professional Studies. Dorian MacPhail, Manager Retail Services at Republic Bank's Melford Street Cluster, presented the prestigious award. For her achievement, she received a gift voucher for an e-free account at any branch of Republic Bank, valued at $5,000. In addition to the overall Academic Excellence Award, Rochelle Griffith copped the overall award in 3 other categories: Chemistry, Natural Sciences, and School of Arts and Sciences, Professional Studies. And elated Rochelle attributes her success to the grace of God and a lot of hard work. She plans to further studies in the area of industrial and systems engineering. Republic Bank Grenada Limited has sponsored this award for the TAMCC graduation for the past 20 years, a sign of its commitment to youth development through education. All right, there are fathers in society who take their responsibility as fathers seriously. Look at this group of fathers who spent their time preparing and serving their children a meal at school. It's time for GBNI Saw.
A good eye captures all. GBNI Saw is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Tonight we feature a group of fathers who spend time preparing food at the St. Patrick's Anglican School. Our ASA reporter sent us these postings on social media commending the fathers. The school's social media page states, and I quote, "Today was pure fun and excitement as the fathers took over the kitchen at St. Patrick's Anglican School. Fathers, we see you and we appreciate you. Thanks to all of you for coming out, especially those who took time off their work to be there." The students were so excited to see their fathers in the kitchen. The students of the infant and junior departments got their food delivered to them by their fathers. After the cooking was over, they ensured that the area was clean and tidy. We are proud of you, fathers. Remember, every child matters. Child Month is celebrated from the 1st to the 31st of October every year. This year, the theme is Every Child Matters. See me, value me. Share with us your photo and video submissions of your activities to mark Child Month via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Corn! Yes, we're back! It's the 7th annual Corn Festival going down on Sunday, October 29th at the popular Footprint Bar behind Sand. Corn will be in all forms and fashions, from asham to roast corn to boiled corn, pay me to conky to corn soup and much more. With loads of entertainment and games for everyone. So be there from 2 p.m. because there will be loads of beach games, dominoes, maypole dancing, and string band music. Mark your calendar and make sure you're part of Cornfest 2023 on Sunday, October 29th at Footprint Bar, Lauriston, Carriacou. Our partners for this event are the Grenada Tourism Authority, the Antillean Group, Ministry of Carriacou and Petty Martinique Affairs, National Lotteries Authority, Ariza Credit Union, Massa, Grenadine Airways Limited, and Classic Caribbean Lighted. Cornfest 2023, October 29th. I'll see you there.
Good morning, ladies, viewers, gentlemen, everybody. 15 minutes after 7 o'clock, as I told you, we have a guest this morning. I'm joined by a representative from the Ministry of Education, Mr. Johnell Mitchell. I hope I have the name right.
Correct.
Yes, good. All right, and he's here primarily to talk on that science fair that is ongoing. But before that, we were sort of chit-chatting, and he was at the mathematics workshop yesterday, and I want the public to hear what we were talking about. How was the workshop? What was your impression and evaluation of Banhar?
Well, so far, good morning to you, Mr. Joseph. Good morning to the viewing and listening public. Dr. Banhar's workshop began yesterday and it continues today. Yesterday it was more theoretical session, but theory in the sense, yet for all, practical in nature, the way he's delivered the whole aspect of mathematics and how it can be made simple to all. I'm talking about the students who we believe sometimes can't do math. He's shown our teachers simple ways as to how to carry out basic operations so that all can understand. I believe that our teachers, their appetites are being whet, and when I look at the responses coming from them, because we have both primary and secondary teachers in the setup, and he's been able to reach both groupings, and you can see that hunger, the thirst, the enthusiasm coming from our teachers, the level of questioning, and the way he has piqued their interests. He's made the whole aspect of teaching and learning of mathematics rather simple. It is something that every child will be willing to appreciate, willing to embrace based on some of the strategies that is exposing our teachers to. Mind you, I believe that we have some excellent teachers.
Well, I was going to go there.
We have some excellent teachers.
But having said that, having stamped that fact that we have excellent teachers, which I do know. I mean, in our talking, I was referring to. I don't know if folks know that, but the current Speaker of the House, Mr. Leo Cato. He was an excellent teacher, although in the latter part of his teaching career, he was specialized in IT. Yeah. But we taught at the primary school together, and I could remember Leo Cato teaching mathematics together with his cousin Kalai Peters, that we called Zando, and they were excellent math teachers. I mean, I'm good at teaching math too, but my thing wasn't. I was more into the business and the sciences, but. I know we have excellent teachers, but from your observation and comparison, what do you think is the cause for us getting not that good result that we should be getting in mathematics?
There are a number of factors that affect learning. You cannot say it's only about the quality of teaching. We cannot only say it's the home environment. We cannot only say it's the learning environment and the community. We tend to blame and put the blame on a number of issues. But from discussing and listening to Dr. Banhar yesterday, one of the things he spoke to Singapore and where they were as a country, they were at the bottom of the barrel, as you would put it, when it came to the whole aspect of maths and achievement. But now they are one of the leading countries in the world when it comes to achievement in the area of mathematics. Now, a number of factors must come into play here. It comes with our policymakers, it comes with central ministry, it comes with our schools, parental involvement, so ensuring that all stakeholders are on board with what's happening, and we have to be open and frank about what it is, what are the factors truly affecting the teaching and learning process, and being able to just view and observe what he's done when it comes to the curriculum. Everyone feeds from the same curriculum. Math is being taught every single day, well, for 4 days of the week.
That's in Singapore?
In Singapore.
Okay.
And what he's noticed from data, and data speaks, sometimes you say because one comes from a stable family where you have both parents or you have that form of safety net, what the data was able to prove, it doesn't matter how affluent your family is. So whether or not you're upper class, middle class, lower class, the differences in achievement by every student, it was rather minimal. Every child, even the child who is below average, you saw, based on the statistics presented, how they were able to take them and move them from where they were and achieve a great level of success in the area of mathematics. So it's a number of factors, a number of things that come into play so that we can build the confidence and build the achievement levels. A matter of fact, it's how we present the product. You and I know if you go to a supermarket and the product can be the best of products, and the way it's presented on the shelf, you may turn your back.
It's unattractive.
It's unattractive. So again, we have to make the teaching and learning of mathematics attractive to our students. So something that they can enjoy, something that they would really want to be a part of. Allow them to become creative in their thinking, explore the subject area, because too many times we come and we stand and we deliver, we say, here you go, we teach, and we do not allow the students to do enough. Sometimes we do not allow them to explore and figure out ways
to get around it.
You see, we've learned it one way, and because we've learned it that way, we continue to present it the same way. But we have to understand that different students learn differently. There are different learning styles. So how do we approach that?
Good. Do you think that the 2 days workshop is going to work the trick? Or from the minister, I mean, I don't want you to overstep your boundaries and put yourself, but don't you think that, seeing from your observation and in speaking with you, I realize that you're deep academically and so forth, but do you think that the ministry would seek to maybe bring him back for a longer period to have a thorough workshops with our teachers?
Well, it would be great to have Dr. Banner with us here for an extended period of time. We at Central Ministry need to also perform our duties in ensuring that proper monitoring and evaluation and support is given to our teachers out there. We need to play our role. We need to show them and that we trust them and they can do it. We need to engage them some more and continue having the discussion as to how we can improve on the performances. We need to continue to equip them with strategies. We need to include, as I said before, the key players, the key stakeholders in the process. One of the set of persons who I believe that we really need to get on board in one way or the other are our parents. We need to find ways of engaging our parents. Yes, we do understand and know the background of some of our students and where they come from, but should we, as educators, allow that to hinder the progress of our children? I am one who does not. I do not subscribe to that. I do not subscribe to those kind of things. So we have to start taking the discussion when it comes to mathematics serious and really be able to really call out.
You talk there and you remind me of a good friend of mine who passed on. You all have a same pattern of speech, Byron St. Clair.
Oh, I know Mr. St. Clair.
You remember Mr. St. Clair? Yeah.
Mr. St. Clair.
Yeah, you all talk similarly. He was a genius in mathematics. Yeah. All right, so that's math. Well, we're here to talk primarily on that science fair that's being put on. Give us a backdrop on that science fair.
Now, science fair, the finals of science fair would be held next week. The judging of science fair would be on the 17th, Tuesday 17th, but public viewing would be on Wednesday the 18th. How did we get here? Science fair is being held currently under the theme Water and Energy Strategies, the Key to Sustainable Development. Over a period of almost a year, we engaged our teachers in all of our primary, primary and secondary school, even TAMCC and NULO, because they will be a part of the process likewise. We engaged them, we had discussions with them over the general theme and the topics around which we wanted them to show their creativity. We looked at the blue economy, waste management, flora, fauna, transport, energy, and a number of other areas. So we engaged our schools, and then we had our district science fairs. But first of all, they had the internal science fairs in the schools, and then we had our district science fairs during the months of May, June. From the district science fairs, we were able to select the top projects to move into the finals coming Tuesday and Wednesday. And we were talking about Carriacou, Petit Martinique, because Carriacou will be coming on Monday, likewise with all of the projects. We have some 65 projects on display for final judging on Tuesday from 45 schools.
Wow.
So that's going to be a massive undertaking. So the judging, as I said, it takes place on Tuesday. So it's only for the judges. We will not have the viewing public there.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we met with our judges yesterday. We had a briefing. We discussed the things that we'll be looking for, how we go about the process, and all of that. And then on Wednesday, the public is invited to come and see the brilliant ideas and innovations of our students. You'll be amazed to see the quality of the projects coming out from those sciences. Between the hours of 8:30 to 1:30, the public is invited to come, interact with the projects, interact with the students, talk to the students, understand where the ideas came from and exactly why they came up with it. Because one of the thrusts here is to see how much we can impact our environment, how much we can impact our nation through these projects. Because we don't just want the students to come up with a project for coming up with a project's sake, but what kind of impact will it have on our country here, on living, on livelihood, how it's going to change the mindset of our people, how it's going to cause us to understand our role on earth, protecting the environment, making a difference, how it's going to impact the economy of our country, because some of the ideas, as I said, once they are embraced, and that's why we are encouraging you, the public, to come in, and all of our stakeholders to come in, because you may be able to interact with a project and you said, you know what, I can lend support to this.
Right.
And that's what we want.
And where would the judging and the viewing take place?
All of this takes place at the Trade Center.
Okay.
Setup, all of our schools will be coming in on Monday. Mm-hmm. That's Monday the 16th. They come into the Trade Center and they do their setup. So when our judges get there on Tuesday morning, praise the Lord, and early deliberations take place, it starts. And when we say judging, judges don't just come and they start to judge. We go through a standardization process where all of us, we pull all of our judges together and we take at least 2 or so projects and we all judge the same project together. You come back, you deliberate, and after your deliberations, you break out into your different groups. Now, as I speak to groups, we have projects that are going to be judged in different categories. We have pre-K, grade 1 to grade 3, grade 4 to grade 6, lower secondary school, upper secondary school, TAMCC, and YOLO.
Okay.
So all these are the different categories where these 65 projects rather will be coming from our 45 schools.
And what are some of the areas from, you must have seen some of the projects already, all right? What were some of the focus areas of the students? What were they focused on?
Yeah, as I've mentioned before, we're talking about waste management. We're talking about soil, flora, fauna, energy, transport, blue economy. So all of these you would get projects ranging from all of these areas. And as I said, you would be surprised to see the way our students have taken things right in our environment. As you understand, science is all around us. And how can we utilize what is around us to make living better? And that's what they've done. The environmental impacts, coastal erosion and all of that, some creative ways as to how, yes, we have engineers, but I believe our engineers can take a page from those students.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say, from a science perspective, Grenada's future could be safe.
I believe so. I firmly believe so. All we need to do when we see those brilliant ideas, it's how do we harness those ideas? How can we transform those ideas into something meaningful? Because yes, every creation, every invention, it began with an idea. So what support structures now do we put in place? As a ministry, we are creating ways right now, and this is one of the avenues to get our students to express themselves. But it's only so much we can do. And that's why we have encouraged stakeholders to come on board with us, to partner with us, to see how well we can channel these brilliant ideas that are now being created into something meaningful.
You have bumps going up on my skin here because ever so often we hear the comments that the children nowadays we hear more of the negatives where it is claimed that most of the energies go to the negatives on their cell phones but I know it's different in the classroom, the interaction with because we do have passionate teachers out there. We do have students who are willing and energized and willing to go forward, but of course there are a few bad apples. But then again, why should we blame the children? Children are a product of the environment,
But you made a statement about a few bad apples. From my experience being in the classroom, the so-called bad apples, sometimes these are the ones who have some of the most brilliant ideas you can think of. But how do I take that student
to transform it to let them go to that direction?
So, for example, I may have a student who may call a troubled student in our class, always talking, but you may want to ask yourself, why is that child or student ever so distracted and always talking and giving problems in the classroom? Have we dug into that child or student rather to find out his areas or her areas of expertise? And how can I take that student and make him or her become an expert in the classroom? One of the things I used to do when I was in the classroom, you may not be as good in the reading, writing, or the math also, but you might have a strong background in agriculture, or you may have a strong background in fishing. You became the expert in my class. I sat with the students, you taught us, we asked you a question. When you give students those kinds of motivation, you show them that there's something that you have that we don't, and you can use it to better yourself. So we have to find ways to engage our students.
So in essence, that's the kind of conversations I like to have. In essence, there's not really a bad apple.
Exactly.
Everybody has their strong and their weak points. I mean, I listened to the life history of a good friend of mine, Errol Fabian, the comedian in Trinidad. Now he makes his living out of comedy. And that's all he wanted to do in school. So he was a talker. The teachers, he said he got ridiculed, he got sent outside. And he said as he grew up, the teachers came to him subsequently and said, so that's what you really... He said, that's what I was trying to tell you all the time. I'm not interested in all your maths and algebra and physics. He said, I want to make people laugh. And he's making a living out of it now. So it's hence the reason why I keep saying it is of utmost importance that the education system is furnished with career guidance counselors so that you can identify students at an early age, because sometimes the child that you're calling distractive is being distractive simply because you're not doing what he's interested in.
Exactly. And our ministry, with its trust to ensure that every student achieves, we're creating avenues and putting a number of structures in place to continue to support teaching and learning. There are a number of initiatives that are being discussed and are being looked at as to how we can best engage our students, how we can best equip our teachers, how we can best ensure that learning takes place, and not just learning takes place for the now, but how can we make each person, each student, a lifelong learner who can perform their roles as responsible citizens, locally, internationally. Because in the long run, that's what we want to do. When we put a product out there, it should be able to stand and speak for itself. So we are coming up with a number of ways. We are continuing to discuss a number of ways, and we are continuing to engage stakeholders. And in time to come, you would hear quite a bit as to what we're doing, where we're heading. And I believe we're in the right direction as we continue to really work and strive to better our nation when it comes to the
Is this part of this administration's whole transformational agenda to transform the education system as well?
I believe it's a continuing process. It's happening over a period of time. And of course, with the new administration, there are some other initiatives that they've definitely brought on board that continues to speak when it comes to education. So there are a number of things we're already in train, and as with the change of administration, likewise, there are things that are continuing and things that are being added. It's how we bring them together to ensure we get the best coming out of it, to ensure that learning is impacted in a positive way.
Okay, and although this is sort of deviating from the real science fair that we taught, but it's important that we. I do hope that in that process, the physical structures and the environments of the schools are looked at too, because you wouldn't want to be pushing the science agenda and or science labs are not up on par. You know what I'm saying?
I'm smiling here, and that's why I said to you, a number of initiatives are taking place right now. I am not in a position to really speak to them right now, but quite a bit is happening. As a matter of fact, just yesterday we had an engagement concerning some of those things.
Wow.
So things
that must have been the fly on the wall.
Yeah. So things are definitely happening, and it is our thrust to really move education here in Grenada.
Okay.
I believe we have a number of officers, and each one of us, we're passionate about our subject areas, and we want to see that Grenada moves from one point to the next. But how do we do that? We need to continue to support, and whenever we visit our teachers, it's not a matter of to catch them as in time past, some of us when we were in the classroom, they come to catch, as they would say, but we are going there to hear from you, to observe you, to listen to you, and lend support to you, to ensure that you give the best quality education to our nation's students, because this is important. It is critical that we engage our teachers in a positive way.
And do not leave out the parents. And
of course, you've heard me mention parents
we have
throughout our discussion.
Education is a holistic thing, it's a lifelong. Life in itself is an education process, and it has to, because as teachers, I know because I've been there, you are doing your best, and in the classroom the child is showing good intentions, but then it goes back to the home environment, and the next day you're wondering, is that the same child I was here yesterday?
One of the things I often challenge my teachers with, sometimes we say, well, in local terms, but you see where you come out?
Yeah.
You see who your mother and your father is? So I always...
People still say that?
Yeah,
I was hoping that was a thing of the past.
So I say to them, especially, most of our schools are community schools. It's just a few schools we have in as I say, the town per se, in the urban areas. But most of our schools are community schools. So I would say to them, you know the child, right? You know where they live. You know their parents. And all of them say, well, yes, we do. I said, and so that means you also know who would get help at home and who would not get help at home.
So your emphasis.
So you knowing that, what is your role? Yeah. What is your duty? Should we continue to leave them alone, or should we find ways of supporting them
and let them be the change in that family? And that also I love that. Look at me at 5 on that. Yeah, trust me, I love that approach. I'm gonna do a veto in a while to ensure that when the Honorable David Andrew, my friend, comes out, you'll be Minister of Education. He has some good ideas.
We're going to allow him to continue on that path.
Dave,
continue to lend support.
Dave, I'm not threatening your job. We're good like that. But no, I really... Not just now, because nowadays when you say now is the time, a lot of political pundits look at it from a political standpoint. But now is the time to really revolutionize and transform Grenada, not from the political standpoint, not because it's this side in now we're saying that, but people's passion, awareness, nationalism, and so forth is heightened at this. It happens ever so often. It's like a blue moon. You understand? And I think we are to ride on that energy. People are passionate now, and let it be holistic. I had the opportunity sometime last week to visit my alma mater, McDonald College. met with Mr. Andal and even the manager of the school. I can't remember his name now. He's from the Methodist Presbyterian. Presbyterian. I can't remember. But nonetheless, and I looked at McDonald College, and I graduated there in '89. The only real physical transformation I've seen is that the big tree in the yard was cut down. There were a few other buildings. But, I want to see this sort of infrastructural development taking place, modernizing our schools, make it easier for children to accommodate.
No, if I stand correctly, but I think the lab to the back is one of the things that they've worked on. Yeah, if you go to the back, you notice they have this building at the back.
Right. Well, I just looked at I didn't get into the school.
I think over the last couple of years, they got a lab.
Okay.
Because I've done a number of presentations right now.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I wish I had become a millionaire already. It's around the corner, but as soon as it happens, I'm going to adapt McDonald College. I'm going to adapt Tivoli RC School.
But the thing is, you see, until you don't have to wait. There are a number of ways, because it takes only a conversation sometimes. I know we can garner support from our community. Yeah. Because one of the things I firmly believe, we do not have enough community support going into our schools. The kind of community support we have going into our schools is my son or daughter is going to that school, and he or she is a part of the system. After they're finished with the journey, the sojourn at the school, that's it. Yeah. We turn our backs.
Yeah. But that has deteriorated over the years, People, as a people, have gotten so selfish, because I remember in my primary school years, parents would send things to the school to assist with the school feeding program and so forth.
So that's what I'm saying. So we need to support, and that's one of the things, coming back to our early conversation with the math. And that's where I applaud the Methodist Church, because it is an initiative through the Methodist Church, where they, with the Southern Caribbean District, where they've engaged Dr. Madha. And he's coming to the Caribbean to do a number of such presentations, because he was in St. Vincent on Monday and Tuesday, and now he is in Grenada. So it is an initiative through the Methodist Church, collaborating with the Ministry of Education.
Right.
So this is a kind of stakeholder engagement. The ministry by itself, we can't do everything.
Can't do everything, no, definitely.
We cannot do everything.
Okay.
We are willing to do everything,
but we can't.
But we need
support.
We need the support.
All right. So we've exhausted our time. So in wrapping up, the date for the science fair.
So quickly, science fair is next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Next week Tuesday is the judging of all of our projects, and the next week Wednesday, and that's at the Trade Center. Next week Wednesday we have the public viewing from 8:30 to 1:30, and then we have the closing ceremony in the annex, Trade Center annex. We are encouraging the public to come and be a part of the viewing exercise, to see the innovations of our students, the brilliance of our students, the ideas that will materialize into something meaningful that's going to impact change in our country in the long run. So we do encourage you, the public, to support our students by being there, being a part of it. Parents, those of you who have students, bring your family and friends along, encourage them to be a part of it. And we expect to see a full Trade Center on Wednesday with the public viewing and interacting with those projects and our students.
Mr. Mitchell, thanks for joining us. And we talked more than the trade fair this morning, but the conversation was very meaningful. And I these are the type of conversations I like to have. Sensitizing the public as to the role that they can play into the development of this little rock, Grenada. At the end of the day, here where we all have to live. I mean, are living.
Definitely.
Some will migrate, but I can't.
We all can't leave.
Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Folks, we'll take a commercial break. I've been speaking with Mr. Johnell Mitchell, a representative from the Ministry of Education, as he's inviting us to be a part of the science fair next week at the Trade Center. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Your new Grenleg bill is even easier to read and still has all the valuable information you need to track and manage your usage.
Hey Mom, okay, your friendly tech support is here. So you got the new Grenleg bill? Let's take a look. The new bill makes it even easier to see your bill total, the due date, and much more. And take a closer look. It actually is a lot easier to understand. Let me show you. You can still see exactly what the charges are for, but in a great new format, it even shows how the cost of generating and delivering the electricity to you is calculated using your actual usage. And Mom, let Lucy know she can check out Grenleg's new Understanding Your Bill video. Anyway, look who says hi, and see you soon.
Your new Grenleg bill, easier to understand and easier to track your usage.
My name is Alimaka Motley. I've been here doing nails since 2017. Me being self-employed, I have realized that paying the NIS benefits me now and even when I retire. By the time I'm 65, I will be receiving contributions back from NIS. So I benefit because I'm self-employed. Anything can happen. If anything happens to you while you're at work, you've got a bad cold, you have the COVID, you have dengue, we have all these diseases that's plaguing us at the moment. NIS will be giving you back some form of money when you're ill. So I would encourage all small business persons to sign up with NIS now.
You want to get an insight into your life? Are you willing to find astrological solutions? Master Shivrudra, the world's best psychic and spiritual healer with competency in other services too. He has guided many people who are going through a situation to find solutions to their problems and use astrological remedies for positivity. He provides services to get your ex-love back, negative energy removal, family problem solutions, health problem, and many more.
He located at Grenada CT, Georges. Call him or WhatsApp +1 for 735375939.
Climate change is real, bringing hotter days and less rain. Less rain means less water, so it is crucial for all of us to conserve water at home. When washing my fruits and vegetables, I use a bowl of water, and later I reuse it to water my plants. This is how I save water at home. What are you waiting for?
Introducing the NIS Dream Loan, where possibilities are boundless and your aspirations are our priority. No matter where life takes you, NIS Dream Loans are here to make your dreams a reality. From purchasing your first plot of land or dream property to renovating spaces, building your home, and seamlessly switching mortgages, we cater to every step of your journey. And here's what sets us apart. We offer easy financing options with competitive interest rates, quick approval processes, and flexible repayment terms. So why wait? Apply now and let our dedicated NIS team guide you through this exciting journey. Visit nisgrenada.org/dream loan or call 440-3309 to book an appointment. Terms and conditions apply. Your dream awaits.
right, welcome back, viewers and listeners. This is the time that we have for the conversation. Let me see if we can do this. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Greetings.
Greetings, welcome.
Thank you. Two brief things. First, I'd like to make a disclaimer. And I say the following. I, John Anthony Rollo, do not eat pork, neither fresh nor corned, and worse yet, if it's cool. Full stop. Now to the meat of the matter. Mr. Joseph, in the news, one of your news items this morning spoke of the situation, the conflict between, and the brother raised it a couple days ago, but he, of course, didn't have sufficient time. And so I want to take a bit of, I'm certain he will come back on because a matter of great interest. Our people are not very much concerned about these international matters because we have our own little tasks on how to survive. But these international matters have a great deal to play and to act upon our own lives. Pictures are appearing on the media, and of course it depends on the media that you look at or listen to, of the evil perpetrated by the Zionist regime of Israel. The news makes the thing look so easy. The war only started on Saturday past. No. These people be living, especially I can go back 75 years ago, 100 years in 1917. But from 2007, these people be living. I refer to the Palestinian in the land of Palestine under abuse by the state of Israel, aided and abetted by the defenders of democracy, human rights, freedom, the rules-based order, and Western values. But take a look at hypocrisy. In Ukraine, they have intervened also, these defenders of democracy et al. But they went in there on the side of the oppressed because those evil Ruskies invaded, occupied, and continue to commit genocidal acts against the Ukrainian people. Nice and decent people. But take a look at what is happening in Israel. And what is painted to the world. White phosphorus has been yesterday. Al Jazeera reported and Press TV from Iran reported it with pictures showing white phosphorus, banned substances in warfare, which burns up to 815 degrees centigrade, brothers and sisters, which literally melts flesh off of the human body. That is what these people have to go through. For years they've been deprived of their rights. And even in recent times as we end there, they're being deprived of food, fuel, medicine. Their ambulances are being bombed in the carpet bombing, the worst ever seen, even worse than Lidis in Poland during the days of the Nazis, if we want to compare. And the so-called Western world is sitting down and watching that. I urge you, brothers and sisters, I'm not making any decision for anybody. I urge you to read the history of what is happening out there, because you have to pick a side on this one. Too much abuse by these Zionist thugs, aided and abetted by the hypocrites as described in Matthew 23. Mr. Joseph, you talk about your pastors and so on. Have your pastors, any of them, preached on Matthew 23? Have you ever heard about it, them doing that? I want to urge you to talk to them to preach on that book in the Bible, Matthew 23, where it is first exposed. Woe unto you, scribes, Pharisees, and hypocrites. So much more to talk about it, brothers and sisters. What is happening out there has in one way or other affected us and will continue to affect us here, because we have been oppressed similarly in different ways. But We have been oppressed and continue to be oppressed by the same people who uphold these Zionist thugs. We'll stop here for now. Do have a nice day, will you, Mr. Joseph, sir?
You have a good one yourself, citizen. Have a good one yourself. Folks, it's 6 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is our time. And let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent. And I want to fully endorse your first caller. Fully endorse what he said. But before I go to make my own contribution here, Innocent, I'm extremely disappointed, continue to be disappointed with GBN. You had a big match last night that was promoted by your entity, before the match. And not a word. First thing this morning, those who was unable to go to the match, nobody, and nothing, we had to wait either until 12 o'clock. And your lead item on sports this morning was athletics. Come on, we have to do better than that. Bearing in mind this thing happened right here in Grenada. Now, to continue support what the first caller says, I was also disappointed that GBN is being a conduit of the propaganda coming from the Western media. What you read out this day as part of the news in relation to these, I've heard that on BBC. It's ridiculous. We are regurgitating what these people have calculated to influence the minds of people. We have to find a way to get our own information. It's ridiculous. The mayhem that is happening up there is unbelievable. And I link that with what happened here. Excessive force, brute force was used here in the invasion of Grenada. In fact, I asked myself, did we have an invasion? Because it seemed no, all we had was what happened on the 4th. And to me, what happened here, 25th, is more evil than what happened on the 4th. I'm telling you that because we are saying, okay, the people who were killed in the mental hospital and others, Blondell Church, the young revolutionary who I think about every single day of my life, was killed. His life was gone down. Do we remember his life? No. But, because, I don't know, sometimes I think that we are so puppetry, if that is a proper word, is a shame. Anyway, I want somebody else to get a chance before your time comes for the morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one, caller. Have a good one. 3 minutes on to 8 o'clock, and this is going to be our final call. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Innocent. How are you, sir?
Not bad at all, and you?
Did it.
You did it?
Hear me. Right. Something very interesting. Next week, we will be giving special air to World Food Day. In the past months and perhaps recent times, years, we've been complaining about the cost of food in Grenada. I want to ask this question. Where is our consciousness in the context of everyday living, food, and sustainability? 1. 2. I have not heard in recent weeks or days that any significant emphasis is given to food and food production, the cost of living and cost of food. 3, you have any desert in Grenada? 4, if we don't have any desert, and we have rivers, we have streams, we have water, and most of all, we enjoy and have and enjoy island ecological system. Then, if these previous factors have been raised, these questions have been raised, cannot be answered, it means that the people of the land have some form of deficiency in the context of their daily living and survival and futuristic thinking. Have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, okay?
Thank you.
All right, God. Folks, this is where we've got to wrap it up for the program this morning and for the week. Reminding you, if all goes well, if permitted, I will be with you tomorrow morning at 6 for the West Indian Marketplace. But as it relates to the conversation, that's it for this week, this morning and this week. I do hope that you enjoy the program. We did not have much one-on-one interaction this week because we had quite a number of interviews, but whatever time we had, I do hope that we shared it right. And thanks for being a part of the program. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Have a great weekend. And see you next week if the good Lord spare our lives. Bye-bye for now. Love you.